Welcome to Speakeasy.
How's it going, Heather?
It's good. I was just saying I'm in my workout clothes because I just came straight from the gym, and it's a little weird to come from the gym to drinking alcohol. It's not really the usual thing I would do, but it's okay. I'm doing all right.
Welcome to your 20s. Did it all seamlessly. And not in your jammies too. Looked good throughout the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, I feel...
Heather's looking good. She was just at the gym.
But you look like to the nines in your 20s.
To the nines. Yeah, no, I didn't go to the gym in my 20s.
You went running. You used to run.
But I didn't go in a gym.
She only ran marathons in the Alps or wherever she went.
I did one marathon in Switzerland.
I was taking a bet.
That's true. And then that was it.
And then she drank along the way.
This is like...
Probably like running and like
You know what's
having
so
a beer.
funny about that? I didn't, because it was just all I could do to complete the thing.
Yeah, I'll bet, yeah.
There were people along the marathon route, because it went through like these little villages and cobblestone roads and like really beautiful along Lake Geneva, and there were people who were sitting out on like lawn chairs in their yards along the route, and they would be waving to us and whatever and cheering us on. And sometimes they'd have, "Would you like some wine?" And some people that I knew stopped and had a glass of wine in the middle of the marathon and then kept going. And I was like, I can't stop or I will not get up again.
If you have an extra lawn chair, I'll take that.
Yeah, I was just like, no, if I'm going to finish, I got to keep moving. And I had to finish because it was a fundraiser and I'd raised all this money. People donated money in my name. And so if I didn't finish it, I would have felt like a real boob.
So Heather, speaking of which, I used to race as well. But they were very different kinds of races.
Laughing?
And the reason is like in Korea, we would get together. It's like the foreign community, and we would then register for these races in Korea where you would actually like have a map and a compass, and I don't know what you call it. There's a word
orienteering?
for it. Orienteering. That's it. And then you would run to this one different sort of locations, and every location we went to, we would have to do a shot. Right, that was part of it.
This sounds like the best orienteering I've ever heard of.
It was so fun. We could run faster than them. Just by a little bit.
In Sarah's memory, anyway.
Yeah, maybe it's memory distorts things. I don't know.
True.
I mean, I'm not making any judgments.
I actually feel like my memory of running the marathon might even exaggerate how difficult and tiring and painful it was, even more than it really was, as opposed to doing the opposite. Like,
right.
Sometimes people say, and years later, then they're like, actually, it was kind of fun. And I forget
they always say that about childbirth. They're like, oh, you just don't remember how painful it was.
But you don't. Let's talk about how you get to that, how you ultimately get to that stage, which is Valentine's Day. That's just around the corner from when this episode will come out. A little warning to those of you who are drinking along with us now and planning out your Valentine's Day.
That's right.
Use protection.
Or don't. But if you are drinking for Valentine's Day, we have a special drink for you. It is called the Old Fashioned Valentine. If you're familiar with an Old Fashioned, it is a bourbon drink. But this one is specifically called an Old Fashioned Valentine. And we have the person who created this drink.
That's right.
Her name is Natalie Migliarini, and we have her here telling us about it. So, Erin, why don't you play that?
Ooh, I like this.
These recipes were some of the best recipes for Valentine's Day that I created. I know they're really delicious. The first one I'm talking about is going to be your more spirit-forward cocktail. So it's a twist on your classic old-fashioned cocktail. And this one's called Old Fashioned Valentine. And it's going to be only 3 ingredients, 2 ounces of bourbon whiskey. Then you're going to do a 1/4 ounce of honey syrup, and then I do 2 dashes of chocolate bitters. So to make the honey syrup at home, you don't even have to use a pan if you have a kettle. What I do is I just take a coffee mug and you do equal parts of honey with hot water, and then just stir the honey until it dilutes into the water. And that's your honey syrup. So you're really getting in these kind of deep flavors from the honey, the spices from the bourbon, and then some chocolate notes from the bitters. You stir that cocktail because it has no juices with ice, and then you just strain it into your glass over ice. And then I also served it with a salted chocolate truffle.
I love Natalie's accent. I just love the way she's...
I know. Okay, so she joined us for the Tuesday episode that you can go back and listen to. So if you haven't listened to Tuesday's episode, we have a whole conversation with her about her business, which is she took a love of mixing drinks at home and she turned it into this business called Beautiful Booze. And it's a very popular Instagram account where she teaches people at home how to make cocktails. And she was a contestant on Netflix's Drink Masters, if you've watched that.
Fun!
Yeah. She was. So we talk a little bit about that, and she gave us 2 Valentine recipes for drinks, actually. One is a lighter sparkly drink. So if you haven't listened, go back to listen to Tuesday's episode and you can get that other drink as well.
What did you guys make on Tuesday?
We didn't do food. Drinks? We just talked to her.
You just did drinks. Okay.
But we're making both of these drinks.
Yeah, both of the drinks.
The other one is
called Strawberry Love. So it's got gin, lemon juice, a strawberry syrup, and Prosecco.
And did you guys already make that?
Yes, and we loved it too.
Yes.
Okay.
So this Old Fashioned Valentine, Natalie also recommended having it with a chocolate truffle. So I made you just a simple truffle with salt on it.
Yes. Love the salt.
Which I do think goes really well with it. And I don't know if it's because of those chocolate bitters or what, but maybe bourbon and chocolate just are meant to go together.
Chocolate and everything is meant to go together. But yes, it is very decadent, like bourbon and chocolate. Love it.
So if you have a special Valentine you want to impress, or just yourself, frankly, mix it up.
Or you're getting together with your girlfriends.
Galentines.
Galentines, I love it.
Sorry, I always think that's so ridiculous.
I have actually never heard that before.
What?
So...
I did not.
I did that. My girlfriend and I
I remember this.
took off to Montreal, then didn't realize that it was during the Valentine's Day weekend. So we had one of the best romantic weekends I have ever had.
Oh, that's fabulous.
I love that you guys did that. So what do you guys think of an old-fashioned Valentine?
I like it. It's really nice.
I like it too.
It is very booze forward.
An old-fashioned is basically just booze.
So Natalie had mentioned doing this with tequila. And I went out of the house today, not in my jammies. And I sent a picture to you guys.
Yeah.
And I just have to talk about this. I came across these 3 bottles of tequila. So one's the Blanco, one's the Reposado, and then one's the Anejo. And they are from a company called KAH, K-A-H. And you guys just have to go look up these gorgeous bottles. And I want to buy all 3 bottles. But I don't want to drink much of it because I just want those bottles to live on my bar.
Well, you could refill. You could refill it with whatever tequila you normally buy.
Oh, you can't do that.
What do you mean you can't? Who's going to know? Aside from us and all the people who listen.
I'll know. Oh, they're so beautiful though. I'm in love with these bottles.
She also recommends in our episode that you can do it with a aged rum. And as you ladies know, I am an aged rum fan. So maybe I'll try that way as well.
With no ice, it's called neat, right?
Yes.
I'm drinking it neat just because I didn't bother.
Right.
But if you have a nice big few ice cubes in there, and as you sip and it melts down,
I'm enjoying it with the ice cubes quite a bit. It's more my level.
Well, thank you, Natalie.
Yes, thank you. That was fun. That was a fun drink. Thanks, Heather.
For the drink recipes. And happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Love you guys. Thanks for joining us. You can find these recipes under the Speakeasy tab on threekitchenspodcast.com.
You might want ice. It's strong.
Yep. Erin, the novice, needs ice.